You've been a software developer for quite a few years. You worked on a number of projects, but for some reason you can't get promoted to senior developer. Here are 5 mistakes you might be making preventing you from becoming a senior developer. Coming up. Hi, I'm Rafael, and this is Coder Cave. Mistake number 1 is thinking that seniority will get you the senior role. Guys, it doesn't work like that. You can spend 5 years on the same job. This is not going to get you promoted to senior developer. Look, there is a natural time-based progression between an intern developer all the way to upper mid-year developer, purely time-based. But when you need, or when you want to become a senior developer, you need to show some initiative. Spending time at your desk, or even worse, at the office cafeteria, is not going to get you promoted. The second mistake is never working on a pet project. A pet project can help you on at least 3 fronts. First, overcoming greenfield jitters. The second is making plans. And the third one is making decisions. For greenfield jitters, I mean, you know, when you have a clean slate, you want to start something and you have very little idea where to start? Well, with a pet project, the stakes are low, so you can easily start your own thing, make a few mistakes and come back to that later. And I kid you not, I worked with .NET engineers with 10 years of experience who had no idea how to start a proper Visual Studio solution. So don't be that guy, start your pet project. As for the planning, yes, it's your project, you have everything in your head. But you will forget your great ideas, so you better use some form of tracking and come up with a system to consistently develop your pet project. When it comes to decisions, you will have to most probably decide which tech stack to use. Do you want to use Python, C#, Java? It's up to you. Do you want to use a MongoDB? Do you want to use DynamoDB? Do you want to use SQL Server? Those are all decisions that you will have to make. Now, you don't have to defend them, but those are still things you need to go through. A pet project is also a formidable tool you can use during a job interview. Usually someone is going to ask you, show me some code you're really proud of. And there you go with your pet project that you started on your own. You had to plan and make decisions, showing that you truly have initiative and commitment. This is also giving you the opportunity to drive most of the interview on ground you are very well prepared on. Mistake number 3 is falling for the 80-20 rule. You know, 80% of the result comes from 20% of the effort. And as developers, we have so many tools that give us 80% of the result by just running one command line. But then we don't understand what's underneath that. Yeah, we run SAM init and we end up with a fully functional AWS Lambda or .NET New, and there we go. A great, well-done project ready for Visual Studio. Now, that's not where our promotion happens. We need to use the 80-20 rule iteratively so that we start closing that 20% gap that gets us to excellence. Let's say you're a .NET developer and you don't understand what a generational garbage collector is, or what the common language runtime is, or you've never seen intermediate language, or you don't know how a class is initialized. Well, guess what? You are not going to get promoted. A senior developer is well versed in the details of the technology they are using. Mistake number 4, having no idea about software architecture. Look, you don't need to shoot for the chief architect role, but at least understand the difference between a monolith and a big ball of mud, or what SOA was and microservices are, what serverless mean. You know, those are very important things, because as a senior engineer or a senior developer, you will be making decisions, and if you don't understand if your decision is aligned with the overall architecture, you will make huge mistakes that will cause a lot of pain to your team and you yourself personally. Here is a dishonorable mention for you. Focusing on the pay raise. Look, if you want to become a senior developer just because it's a better paid job, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You need to focus on what you can learn and the value you can provide to your team, not on the paycheck. And mistake 5 is inability to communicate. As a senior engineer, you will be the one bringing options to the table, you will verbalize trade-offs, and you will make recommendations. If you cannot communicate clearly, you will hurt your team's chances of success. Also, as a senior engineer, you will be the one mentoring new team members. So make sure you use a positive, uplifting communication style. Have you ever had a mentor who was abrasive or a prima donna? How did it make you feel? I can bet that you did not become effective as a result of that. So make sure you learn how to positively communicate with inexperienced team members. This will help your team immensely. And this was my list of 5 mistakes that may stop you from becoming a senior developer. Now, this is not a complete list, so let me know in the comments down below. What other mistakes do you think are fatal if you want to become a senior engineer? And definitely subscribe to this channel because there will be more videos about software architecture or coding coming your way.